we believe that God is love. And so God does not barbecue people in eternity or in hell because you disagree or you have a different religious belief. We believe in that kind of freedom. There's still a taboo about talking about a populated universe, even with what our government is going through, with the hearings and those kinds of things. It's still taboo to talk about it. I almost lost my church gig because someone happened to turn on the television and saw me on Ancient Aliens and said, "Oh my God, my minister's talking about little green men."
Right.
And it got a little dicey. They took me to the board of trustees, and the board of trustees said, "No, he's not doing anything wrong. He's not forcing it down our throats. He may even be right, but we're not going to go as far as getting rid of him." But there's still that taboo. Then I started having these visits. I've seen some other races, which I'll show you, but the initial visits were from those people. They weren't gray. They were chalk white, but
So
they
they
had the
weren't
phenotype.
gray, but they kind of looked like
They had that
gray.
phenotype. It was chalk.
Same size, kind of.
Yeah. And the head, though, the head was really
different shape head, though, right?
Yeah, more like this, a little more out this way. But they were there, and they didn't talk much. They would talk. They would show me pictures in my head. The only people who really spoke to me was this. Where is he? The reptilian, but his words were "Don't be afraid." But that was down the line, and it was easy for him to say because it's easy when someone looks like that to say, "Don't be afraid." Yeah. Interesting in the Bible stories that sometimes the angels are always saying, "Don't be afraid."
Yeah.
Just chill. So, and even that brother. And the only reason I say brother is because, well, he is a brother. He's just from another place, but his voice was like a man's voice.
Wow.
Despite the trauma, not sleeping, the paranoia, all of that, we still said, but something shifted in me for the better. Something maybe religious or spiritual. Because Bud's group, which we got together with once every 6 months or so, their group was people who did not, what are you, crazy? Nothing good can come of this. They had sperm, ovum taken, rectal probes, that kind of stuff. And the reason I wrote my book the first time, after those many years after, was because I wanted people to see that there was a positive side to this, that it wasn't just fear and horror, and that these people, we were painting people what we do with each other. We were stereotyping people. And so that was the motivation. And being a man of color in this lifetime, because I do believe in reincarnation and other lives, I know what it's like. I'm not saying I'm the only person, but I know what it's like to feel alienated. I know what it's like to be marginalized. And that's what we were doing with some of these beings, So there was part of that in there as well. The last one I had with someone in my room was 2019. And this was the person who came to my room, this praying mantis person.
Wow.
In 2013, you can ask me, well, I had a healing, which was difficult because I had to explain to the doctor, and of course I didn't tell them the truth, but this guy, this Nordic looking person, came to visit, and he healed a blood clot that I had. Hold on. And then this person just came and stood by my bed. I call him an Arcturian or her. He's breaking a bit. It was blue.
Wow.
So those are the people that I have seen. I've had encounters with other beings who I don't know whether they were like energy-based beings or whatever. And they weren't all warm and fuzzy. These folks seem to be neutral, except the one who healed me and the gray people. Once you've been around them, all that changes. Your energy changes, your insight changes. And that's what it is for me, whether you're an experiencer or not. Once you get it, that we live in a populated universe, that there's all kinds of ET, or not just ET. There's some people that don't even need ships to get around in. Your whole concept of God, of reality, it has to change. It has to. And so that's what happened with me.